Hi, it's Lynn from Lynn Designs, and today I'm going to do a quick tutorial on how to achieve a card like this. I need to make a 40th birthday card, and I'll get on with showing you what products I've used. The Happy Birthday Gorgeous stamp set actually comes as a bundle with a Happy Birthday Thinlits die, and this is absolutely brilliant, and that's what I've used for on this card. I've also used the number of years stamp set and matching framelets, and to give a little bit of texture to the background I've used one of the textured impressions embossing folders, and that's the brick wall. Minimal colours, pool party to match the card base, and Night of Navy. So let's get on and make the card. That's, I think, a little bit stiff, that one. I'm going to have to, it's a fairly new stamp set, so it's not ink pad, sorry, so it's not actually working very well, which is a little bit annoying. And I'm inky already, so let's get on. Card base is half a sheet of pool party, cut in half and then folded in half like that. We have a matting layer Night of Navy, which leaves just a small border around the side, and that's cut half a centimetre shorter on both those sides. Then we have the next layer, which again is half a centimetre shorter and in length, and I'll put the sizes of all the paper on the screen. I've got a matting layer for the inside of the card, an envelope to decorate, and some spare Whisper White to create the numbers. Now I'm going to first of all cut out the Happy Birthday with the Happy Birthday Thinlits dies from the matting layer, and I've already done that ahead of time. I think I've mentioned before I'm a bit of a frugal crafter, and I don't believe in wastage, so that layer there, once it gets stuck onto the card and then the top layer goes on top, you will never know that there's anything missing from underneath. So I'm sure a lot of us crafters do the same. So you'll notice that I used the brush to try and get rid of all the bits and pieces out of the extra bits and pieces, and I keep the foam mat that comes with the brush in a spare case, and it just keeps all the bits together, so I find that quite good. Now that comes, and you can use that on a project in one go, but I decided I wanted to split it, and it's quite easy just to trim the two parts apart. They are together in 3 places there, and you can just take off any sharp corners. Maybe I should have done one of these ahead of time so that my OCD doesn't kick in. Let's be happy with that, and just round off that D a little bit. There we go. And the recipient will never know that came attached. There we go. So I'm going to quickly run, I never thought to do the base layer impressions. Should have done that ahead of time as well. Silly me, but it won't take long. Just pop it in the embossing folder. Create your sandwich. and quickly run it through the big shot. Excuse me if I'm doing this off camera. It's just to the side of my area where I'm actually producing a card, and it's quite heavy and I've got a bit of a bad back, so I don't want to risk damaging myself anymore. That sounds really wimpy, doesn't it? Now there we go. You have an embossed side, but actually on the brick wall I think the debossed side works rather well. So that goes on there, that will go on there. I have already mounted the 4 and the 0, which is what I want in this case, onto my acrylic block, and if you put them on far enough apart, you can actually run it through the big shot in one pass. There we go, and they're supposed to be a little bit watercoloured, so I love those. I love the colour of that. And again, I have actually pre-done those. The thing left to stamp is the TH. Oh, that's. Oh, I'm going to have to do that nearer the edge. But don't waste the card. See, there's my frugal crafter bit coming in. And there is a little die that you can use to cut this little shape out, but I think it's just as easy, for me anyway, to cut it out by hand. I find it quite fiddly lining it up. In fact, you've got to sort of almost cut it out first and then stamp it afterwards, which I find quite tricky. So there's that. I'm going to stamp on the inside, get the stamping out of the way, and then we can put this together. Now it's got happy birthday on the outside, so I'm going to put party time, up to one corner. Whee! You have a little squiggly tail that's coming off from the balloon. I think I will use the pool party. There we go. So that's good enough for me for the inside. And I've decorated the flap of the envelope again with the embossing folder, just to tie it in. So I like that. Let's put this bad boy together. Let's lock those up before I get my card or any elements in. Have you ever done that? I've done that before, and it's rather frustrating. Oh, more haste, less speed. It's a Sunday afternoon and it is a beautiful day. I've got the door open, I can hear the birds tweeting. It's actually rather lovely. Feels like we have got summer. Summer has arrived, which is rather lovely. There's a mark on the inside there, so I'm going to stick that inside and cover that up. Now, let's make sure we put this down the right way. I might have picked up an old Tombow glue. Just put a little bit around all the edges. Stick that down. It's Father's Day in the UK today. So I've got my mum and dad coming round a little bit later for supper, which will be lovely. So it'll be lovely to see him. They've been at a picnic today. And so happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Put a little bit more glue on there just because I want to make sure that it sticks. And there we go. Nice border all the way around. And I tend to, you can use the fine tip glue pen, but as I've got the Tombow out, I tend to just go round. I know I have seen some great tutorials on how to put glue using a sponge on these intricate dies, but I'm quite happy to do it this way. I find it works quite well. I'm going to place those, I've put dimensionals on those numbers. So I'm going to, so actually let's put those on there now. Peel the back off. And look, got it wrong, so I've had to redo the numbers. There's always two sides to every bit of card. Happy 40th. Wow, that seems a long time ago. This is quite good. This could be add a bit of wink of Stella to make this a girly card, but it's quite a I think this is quite nice for a masculine card. Come on, glue, out you come. Stick there at an angle, and again on the back. We're going to have enough glue. Ooh. And this glue dries clear anyway, so even if you do get a little bit excess, no, the recipient will never see it. There we go. Lovely. So there is my card. Happy birthday, party time, hooray! Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you are interested in reading my blog, there's a link in the description bar below. If you would like to purchase any of the items that I use, please click on the link and go to my online shop. And if you haven't got a demonstrator in the UK and you would like a catalogue, please get in touch at linnycdesigns@gmail.com. Thanks for watching and see you again soon.